G'day guys, welcome back to Wombat Gaming. Today I'm going to be showing you the most beautiful places to lay down your outpost. I'm going to show you quite a few locations, and this is obviously going to be a personal taste, and these are just the ones that I found that I think are pretty amazing and would make really good outposts. They're not for resources, they will have resources of course, but they're just for something unusual and something beautiful. So this is the Volii system, and we are on Volii Epsilon. This is the first one I'm going to show you. I will show you on the star map where we are, so we'll come out and we're at the Volii system. You can see that there. We're off to the right, there's Alpha Centauri off to the left here, and Olympus through here, and there's the Volii system. So this particular planet has, let's have a look, and we'll do a resource scan. You can see it's got a number of resources that you can find here, and they come in handy. Some of these are quite rare, so that's kind of good if you can find these ones. And we've kind of landed in an area that is got some savanna, and I think it's like some foresty area as well in this area. We're sort of on the coast a little bit, so anyway, I can't get it to come up now, but there is forest as you can see, and then we have some mountains in the area. We're also near the ocean as well, so there is some ocean area as well if you're wanting to be near the water. And we've got these really cool green kind of trees through the forest, and then with these unusual structures in the kind of savanna area. So we've got, I think there's 2 species of animal here, so we can, they're pretty tame. So this is quite a good system for putting an outpost down if you're worried about your settlement being destroyed. You don't only have to worry about, you know, pirates and stuff like that landing. So as you can see, nice and green, some unusual like rock structures, and we'll open up the scanner. If you were going to place an outpost here, you'd be picking up some, you know, I think a couple of resources I found in this area. There we go. But we'll run over this way. There's also a lot of caves, structures on this place as well. So there's plenty to do, and I've actually seen a lot of ships land on this particular planet as well. So it's good for a lot of different reasons. But you can see nice green areas. And we're getting up this way towards the savannah, and we can see these unusual structures. This is the bit that I love about this planet. There's green kind of fields. You can see running through these green fields, and then these amazing structures that look really cool. So you can imagine having your base in an area like this. If you want to pop your base down here, you'll be picking up a couple of things as well. Plenty of flat area. You can place down landing pads and build a beautiful base. This is probably one of my favorites just because of these structures. And yeah, we'll head off to the next location now, and I hope this one was helpful for you too. We've got some structures in the distance. I'll just open up the scanner again. So we've got yeah, a science outpost over there. Got some more structures that way. So yeah, plenty to do on this planet. All right, we'll head off to the next location. This is the Volii Epsilon. This is our number 1, and we're going to head off to the next one now. All right, guys, we're at our next destination. This one is Piazzi, and it's Piazzi IV-c. That's right. Okay, so Piazzi IV-c is in the Piazzi system. If I'm pronouncing that one correctly. And that one is just where Sol is here. Alpha Centauri, Sol. It's just up the top here. And there's a couple of solar systems in this particular little place here. So Bessel is one of them as well, which I have an outpost on one of the planets there. And you can see that in one of my videos. Actually, it's a pretty good outpost for resources, and it's probably a really good first planet to actually set up a base on. We're going to have a look at this planet though. As I said, we are on the moon. I guess it's a moon, not a planet, of Piazzi IV, which is basically just a gas giant. But this particular little place here, this little moon, is pretty cool, and it's pretty temperate. So it's got quite a few different resources as well. So some pretty rare ones here that you can find on this particular planet. So it would be good if you could set up a base here as your main outpost. As you can see, it's got ocean as well. I don't like the beaches though. I've never really come across a beach area that I've wanted to set up a base on, although it is quite flat. We've got lots of trees. What I love about this place is just the greenery, and there's these really cool, like, I guess this one's dead, but how do you pronounce that? Some floating rocks. But there's lots of wildlife and birds and things like that. So you can see also got beautiful, just like lots of trees, greenery, unusual plants. It's got a great atmosphere, and you still need to have your spacesuit on, as you can see. But there we go, there's one over there. So it's just some really cool, interesting wildlife here. So just be aware of that though. So some of these are aggressive. Let's see if we can find one. So if you do set up a base, you're going to need to put up turrets for sure. There we go. No, he's the same guy. But though I know there are some quite aggressive wildlife here. But as you can see, there are a couple of different biodomes. This is probably the nicest of them all. I will show you on the map again. We're in the forest region. I'm kind of near the water, but we have frozen dunes up here. We have some more forest, savanna. There's quite a different, there's hills. I think there's some mountains in here as well somewhere. So you've got quite a bit of different places to go and visit. This is the forest region, and I'll go and show you what the savanna looks like. We'll just have a quick run through here so you can see a little bit more of this planet. If you wanted to put your outpost amongst some beautiful trees and wildlife and stuff, also I will show you that you can actually place a beacon down. As you can see, there's only water in this area, but there are lots of animals, lots of fauna and things that you can harvest in this area as well. Go a little bit further. You can see these amazing looking rock structures. Yeah, this is really good. I really love this place. It's just really, really nice. Alright, well, sky's great too. Some great sunsets and stuff here. We'll head off to the savanna part of this. You've got these huge trees too, just to show you as well as you get into the jungle a little bit more, or forest I should say. Go a little bit further. And yeah, just amazing big wooded trees. Alright, we'll head off to the savanna part of this planet just to show you what that looks like. Just so you've got a better idea of different biodomes on the area. And yeah, stay tuned for that one. Alright, we're at the other part of the planet. This is the savanna area. As you can see, it's quite dry, but very open. So I guess it's got some pros and cons to it, but a lot of wildlife in this area. So just be aware of that. You are going to encounter a lot of animals in this particular region, I've noticed. And yeah, but very open. Got some hill structures, and then it can border onto these foresty areas as well. As you can hear in the background too, plenty of ships coming and going as well. So there's always plenty to do on this particular planet if you do have an outpost, so just be aware of that. You got some mountains that you can set up on. I will show you on the scanner what's in this area as well. You've got a couple of resources that you can use in this kind of region as well. Let's head off to the number 3 location. Hope this one was helpful to you guys, and we'll head off there now. Alrighty guys, we're at our next location. This is the Freya system, and it's Freya III. And I'll show you on the map where we're at the moment. As you can see, the Freya system, and we are right out to the very top right of the map. So if you're heading out past, if you know where Heisenberg is, you can see, for those who are starting in this area, Alpha Centauri, it is right up the top right hand corner of the map. It's up near Sparta, basically next to that. So this is the system that we are in. And when you get here, you're just going to be landing on this very first one. It's Freya III, and it's a temperate planet. So we'll hop out of this and have a look. And just to show you, you can place an outpost here. I haven't got any special perks at the moment, skills to make me be able to settle on extreme planets, so you can place down your outpost beacon here. As you can see, this place is super colorful. It's got really cool colors going on, and these really unusual structures. Just bear in mind, it is quite aggressive in regards to wildlife. Turrets are going to be an absolute must. As you can see, plenty of mountains, and yeah, just really green. And it got these really cool structures as well all over the place. At night, these things glow. So when you're here at night, these things just glow really amazingly. You can see like really cool colors. And yeah, that's I'll come over here and have a look. Have a look at this area. All right, we'll show you a couple of other biodomes on this particular area. We are in a wetlands kind of area. Let's have a look at a different area just to give you some comparisons. We've got a foresty area over here, so we'll head off that way and have a look at there too and show you what that looks like. Okay, we've landed in the forest kind of area. You can see there's a lot of activity over here. We have creatures left, right, and center of all shapes and sizes. So just be aware of that. This is quite a hospitable planet, so there are lots of things that can get in your way, and you can see these little things are really annoying as well, so just bear that in mind. But you can see this part of the planet is beautiful as well. It's just so red. There's like all these red trees literally everywhere, mountains, and you can place your base down here as well. So as far as resources go, there isn't, you know, a hell of a lot in this area, but you can see there's just literally mountains everywhere. If you wanted a high peak to put your base on as well, we'll show you the, you can see this particular is level 40, this region. If you are a low level player, you might encounter some, you know, animals that are a little bit more aggressive, give you a bit of trouble. But you can see we've got these glowing rock formations in the area as well still too. So yeah, but just love this redness. It's so just red everywhere. So this planet is really, really colorful. That's what I like about Freya. So we'll head off to the next planet and I'll show you what that one looks like. Alright guys, we're at our next location. This one is called Hyla II. I think that's how you pronounce it. We're in the Hyla system. I'll show you on the star map where we are. This one is in the far reaches as well. We're in a level 40 area. It's off to the sort of right of the map. If you keep going this way, you'll see over here it is Alpha Centauri. So we're heading way over here, right here to Hyla. And just, you know, common places. There's Heisenberg. Most people have been there. Yeah, just to give you a reference of where we might be. There you go. So anyway, this is the solar system that we're in. Quite a few planets in this particular system, which is really cool. But we want to head to this particular planet here. It's got quite a few things going on. It's got quite a few resources actually. There's 8 resources on this particular place as well. You can see 8 fauna and 8 flora. So actually quite a cool looking planet. It's got its temperament, and we'll come back out and show you. And again, you can place a beacon. This, you know, as you can see right here, getting, you know, straight up 4 resources. If I hunt it around, there you go, there's 5. So quite easily to get actually quite a few resources in this particular area if you want to place an outpost. But what I love about this planet is just, well, it's got a lot happening for one. Like there's this wildlife everywhere. So just be aware of that as well. Some can be quite aggressive. But yeah, we've got some mountains, quite big mountains in the distance over there. We've got these sort of tropical kind of trees around here, little creatures, and just amazing plant life. Like these trees are really, really cool. I love these trees, and these plants are so vivid and red. In this particular area that we're in at the moment, if I show you, we're in a kind of a crossover area, I think, between swamp and mountains. I think this is what we call the swamp part of it, I'd say. So as you can see, there's animals everywhere. We'll have a run back up here. There's plenty of clear area as well. And as you can see, there's structures as well. I'll come up here a bit further so we can see. Now these guys are a little bit aggressive, so you gotta be aware of these guys. But let's take care of him. Come up here a bit further. Right, you can see, yeah, just the amazing view. You have a look in the distance over there. Just these green tropical trees, amazing mountains, and you can pretty much, and lots of resources. So yeah, I love this planet. It's got lots of happening, so you're going to need to put down turrets if you do build here. Just be aware of that. But yeah, just another amazing place to set up an outpost. I'll show you a couple of the other biodomes on the planet just so you've got an idea of what is here. This is my favorite part of the planet. These particular trees are just amazing. So I will give us 2 seconds and I'll show you that other places that you can go to on this particular planet. Yeah, we're in the mountain area of this planet. This planet is mostly covered by that swampy kind of area. I'll show you again on the map. You can see there's a bit of mountain here, but we've got a swamp pretty much, apart from frozen plains, which are a little bit boring. It's basically just mountains and that swamp and frozen plains. So this is the mountain area. Couldn't get any good weather to show you. I sat in my ship for quite a while, but as you can see, it's raining a lot here at the moment and plenty of activity in the area. You can hear that ship landing over there as well. So we've got these structures everywhere. I'll show you on the map again where we are. And we are at level 40, so not a bad world if you're a low level and you're wanting to level up as well. If you get into some of those structures, there are some high enemies that you can battle out with. Yeah, so this would be definitely a good pick, but I wouldn't stick to the mountains. I'd stick to the swamp areas that we were previously, and that's where I'd be setting up my outpost. All right, we're going to head off to the next planet in our list, and we'll see you there in a second. All right, guys, we're at the next location. I think you pronounce this one Celebrai. So we're in the Celebrai system. I'll show you where we are on the star map. So the Celebrai, it's a level 70, so just bear that in mind, quite high level. And it's at the top kind of right of the map. You can see there's Heisenberg for those who want some reference. There's a couple of other planets through here. All right, so yeah, so we're in this particular system. When you get to this system, we're off to the right here. This particular planet here, it's a temperate planet. There are 9 fauna and 6 flora. So you've got plenty of resources there to get. And you can see this particular place is just, this particular area I love because it's nice and open. It's just like these hilly areas, but it's just so colorful. And you've got lots of wildlife around everywhere. So just bear that in mind, being it is so high level 70. You will encounter some foe in this area. As you can see, really colorful. So I like this place. As far as setting up a base, you can see you can place an outpost, no problem at all. We've got some things coming in. All right, we'll have a look at some other areas on the planet just to show you what the differences are. So stay tuned and I'll show you some of those other areas. Just want to quickly show you a little bit more in this area. I did forget to come over here and just show you some of these really cool trees. Let's get up close to them. We've got this really amazing purple color going on and these really cool bluey kind of green structures. As you can see, quite open and plenty of stuff in the area too. Got structures and things in this area. Just be aware of these guys. These lion bears, pretty ferocious. Yeah, so lots of happening in this area, but as I said, we'll go off and have a look at some other areas on this particular planet and show you what's going on here. Okay guys, as promised, this is another spot on the planet. These are like the mountainous areas that you'll find. So lots of wildlife running around, but it is pretty plain and boring, to be honest. There's a lot of red, but lots of open area. Yeah, but you will get some resources that you can't get on the Platz unless you can get a biodome that's crossing over, so just be aware of that. And yeah, so this is the other part on this particular planet. We'll head off to the next planet and see what that one looks like. Okay guys, we're at our next planet. This one is Schrodinger, and it's Schrodinger II. I'll show you where we are on the star map so you get a better idea of where we are. This is a pretty interesting system. It's level 65, so bear that in mind. This one's got the ones with the colander in it, so if you've been this way, you'll probably know of this planet. I'll go a bit further out just so you can see in the system where we are. So just Heisenberg to the right, we've had a look at that particular one. So towards the right hand side of the map, there's Cheyenne. So you're heading out this way to this particular planet right here. When you do get into this system, it's just above this particular giant gas sun, and it's right here. It's Schrodinger III. This particular planet, I think, might be named after, I did some research, an Austrian psychologist, I think. So yeah, I don't know, a little bit of trivia there. I'm not sure exactly what he did, but he got this planet named after himself. All right, we'll have a look around on the surface. This particular area is kind of mountain hilly region. As you can see, I love this one because it's just the colors of the mountains are pretty cool. All these green trees, and we've got lots of wildlife here, so just bear that in mind. We've got these pretty cool like fox looking creatures and some more aggressive ones floating around as well, like these guys over here, toad faces. So yeah, so just bear that in mind.
Any interesting results?
And we got some more kind of trees that you can see in the distance there that kind of, I guess, look like they are more autumny kind of looking. So we'll run over this way and have a look. But just bear in mind, it is very green, this particular place. That's what I love about this spot. If you're going to set out an outpost here, you would most definitely need to have the turrets set up. And just be careful of the wildlife. Don't want to be upsetting them. But you can see over this way, you got these really cool trees as well. Just some amazing colors in them. Now there are a couple of, you can see there's grassy kind of fields, these kind of flowers through them as well. This place is really cool. Yeah, you can see off in the distance there, so more of those trees. So this particular spot on the map, as I said, is mostly mountains and hills. There are other areas in this area. You can have a look. Sandy desert. Seems to be a lot of mountains and sandy desert. So I'll head off to some sandy desert regions just to show you what the difference is. That way you've got a good comparison of where you might want to explore. Okay, here's the sandy desert area. As you can see, still quite a little bit of green going on. It's got this, but very, very sandy looking. It's still got wildlife in here as well. And just to show you, you can put down a beacon in this area. So this is a planet that you can put an outpost on from the very beginning if you want to. Don't like this area too much. If you're looking for scenery, this is very bland and plain, so I'd be heading back to that mountain kind of hill region if you're looking for something really colorful. But if you are looking for a really open plain area, then this would be perfect, I guess. As you can see, it's just nothing around. You can set yourself up on some of these hills or whatever. I'll show you the map again, and you can see there are 9 types of fauna and 8 types of flora. So this particular planet is quite good for resources. So keep that in mind. And cobalt, argon, iron, nickel, chlorine. So some pretty good resources there if you manage to score a few of them or all of them into one area. All right, we'll head off to the next place that I'm going to show you. And I hope you like this one as well. If this is of any help to you guys, please hit that like button. It helps me as a small YouTuber with the algorithm, so they say. So please hit that like button, and if you do like my videos, consider subscribing. That also goes a long way as well. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff on outpost building, locations and things like that, how to find resources. I've already got a couple of really good videos for you to have a look at. If you are looking for some good outpost locations for resources, then check those out. But we'll head off to the next place now and we'll have a look at that one. Alright guys, we're at our next destination. This one is going to be familiar to most people, although a lot of people do come to this planet and don't go looking around. We are in the Cheyenne system at Akila. So I'll show you, if you don't know where that is, we are just here. And it's off to the right is Alpha Centauri, so we're heading out this way to this particular region. And we're going to Cheyenne. And then basically right here is where Akila is. There's quite a few planets and moons in this particular system, but we want Akila. And this particular place too has some pretty cool resources. You've got aluminium, which you need, nickel, argon, and then a couple of more rarer ones, cobalt and benzene. So this particular place has some good resources if you've managed to snag some of those or all of them in a particular outpost. Let's have a look. And it's quite a low level system as well. So I'll just quickly show you that actually. That is level 1, as you can see up here on the right. So you're going to have no real problems. But you can see this place, this is the forest region. It's probably the only place on the planet I really like. There's some kind of really open places that are a bit boring and dry. But you can see these massive trees. This place is really cool in regards to foresty kind of areas. It doesn't have a lot of color as far as, you know, plants and things like that go. But you can see, you obviously can set up a outpost here, so I just think I'll show you that as well. But yeah, beautiful big green trees and lots of wildlife. Yep, lots of fauna. Just kind of a bit of a run through here, but you got these really big mountains too. I can't see any at the moment, but there are massive mountains on this particular planet as well in the distance. There's one over there you can see in the distance, so big massive mountains. And you just got to be careful of these guys. Obviously, if you're a level 1, then you're not going to have a... If you're on a planet with level 1, if you have the weapons, you're not going to have much problems. But there you go. Lots of birds chirping in the background too. So I really like this place in regards to the way that the woodlands are set up. So if you're looking something like that, but there's the mountains you can see in the distance over there. So you're looking for something with a bit of altitude and, you know, wanting to look over an area, that this would definitely be an ideal spot to have a look at as well. As I said, the rest of this planet is pretty flat and boring. I would just stick to the forest regions. I'll open up the map and show you. Kind of in a foresty area, but you can see there are savanna. These savanna areas are really wide open areas, are pretty amazing. And there's lots of ocean on this place as well, so lots of savanna. You can see most of it is just savanna and quite dry, desolate area, and then there's forests everywhere. I will show you what one of those savanna areas looks like. We'll head off to one of those now, and you can get a better idea as well what the planet may be looking like. Okay, you can see by this particular region, this is savanna area, so lots of wide open areas and hills and mountains. Lots of structures in the distance. So there's plenty to do on this particular planet as well. Just bear in mind it is level 1, but you can see there's massive mountains as well. So if you wanted to build up high, there's plenty of options for that as well, if you bothered running up them. But yeah, I do prefer the foresty regions, but still lots happening here and lots of resources and lots of wildlife running around. So plenty of things to do and a good place to set up an outpost. All right, we'll head off to the next location. This is another planet we're going to be heading to. So stay tuned. Okay, we're at our next planet. This is Bardeen, and we're on Bardeen III. I'll show you on the star map where we are. We're at the top kind of right of the map. I guess probably top middle actually. So it's right at the top here. It's level 70, so bear that in mind. It is quite high. I'll show you some, yeah, there's Cheyenne down here. So we're heading right up here to the top, and we're heading to Bardeen. When you get to this system, we're looking basically for the first planet on top. This one, as you can see, has quite a lot of fauna and flora on it, so actually a lot of resources as well. So this is really probably a good place to set up an outpost. Bear in mind the only downside is the level of 70, so just keep that in mind if you are here. But as you can see, this is my favorite area. The rest of the planet is a little bit boring, to be honest. This particular area, I'll show you on the map where I am. We're in a kind of an area that's got lots of hills and things. Yeah, so mountains and hills. So I think I've landed just in the kind of middle of both, just to give you an idea. There are other areas like this over here where there's this forest area, but it's quite dry, the forest area. You can have a look if you like, but this is definitely my favorite area. It kind of just, you know, it's got some unusual rock formations and just really green and actually a bit of water by the looks down in there, and these unusual structures as well. So that might be just a place to visit. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you can see, you can set up a base here as well. I'll just place the outpost beacon. There you go. So got a couple of resources there already, and just very open, and it's got some really colorful plants and a lot of animal life and things like that. So lots of resources. So as you can see, just, yeah, really nice grasslands. Not too over the top in regards to forests. Some people don't like building in forests. Oh, here we go, we've got some enemies. But yeah, so if you are looking for something that's a bit plainer, let's take care of this guy. Yep, okay, that didn't work to plan. It wasn't kind of watching, as I said, level 70, so these guys just have a bit of punch in them. Okay, we are back after that little bit of an embarrassment there. Wasn't paying any attention. But as I said, yeah, level 70, so super be aware. Probably not good for a starting outpost, but as you can see, there is like literally wildlife everywhere. So some friendly, some not so friendly. It is just a beautiful open planet with lots of green grassy fields and nice trees, and yeah, just kind of open. So I do like this one. it's up to you whether you want to set up an outpost here. Got these mountains that you can set up on as well if you want to go up high. And just a nice place. But yeah, level 70, bear that in mind, and we'll head off to the next location now. Alright guys, we're at the next location. This is by far one of my favorites actually. I just love the trees in this particular place. We are at the Sumati, and I think that's how you pronounce it, the Narion system. I'll show you. This is level 1, so pretty easy system for anybody to come to. You can see we're just above Alpha Centauri, coming through the Wolf system, Narion. Most of you have probably already been here. I just thought I'd just show you around a couple of the biodomes. There are some animals in this particular biodome. I'll show you. There are fauna 4, flora 3. So, and we've got a few resources like copper, chlorine, lead, and some other ones that are a little bit harder to find. So if you can set up an outpost here with any of those in it, then it'd be good. There's a lot of outposts on this particular planet as well, and lots of ships landing. I've noticed I've had a bit of luck with ships landing, but you can see just, I love the look, just the plants and these trees as you come through these kind of foresty areas. It's really good. Just be aware of these. There's giant spidery things in here, so, oh, crabs, there you go. So just be aware of those. There's a couple of different things that can be around. So you might need to set up turrets. Depends. Not really sure. I haven't set up an outpost here, but love these, just the greenery, fields, mountains. All right, we'll have a look at another spot on this planet because there are a couple of different biodomes to have a look at. This is definitely the favorite part of the biodome though. You can hear the birds chirping in the background, and yeah, just a nice area, just some unusual creatures as well. All right, we'll head off to another part on this particular planet and show you what that place looks like as well. Okay, this is the forest region. It's very similar, although it is a little bit more even opener, I think. A lot more mountains around. Depends on where you're landing, of course, but I'll have a little bit of a run, get up high over here, and I'll show you a little bit more. You can see they've got these, not sure what they called, bone back somethings. Okay, so we'll head up to the top of this hill. There's those crabs again. Plenty of mountains. I do like the mountain areas a little bit better. Got these cool structures here. Let's go over here a little bit further. And there you go. See more of that kind of forest. Just I guess it's kind of like a greeny blue trees and green grass everywhere. So just a really cool place to, you know, walk through and set up an outpost. All right, we'll head off to one of the, I think we've got a 1 or 2 left to show you. And yeah, like I said, if you are enjoying this, please hit the like button. I'm going to show you 2 more locations, hopefully, and we'll have a look at them now. All right, we're at our second last location, guys. This one is, I think it's pronounced Eridani, in the Eridani system. This is the Eridani II. I'll show you on our star map where we are. So there's a lot of planets in this particular system. You can see Eridani II is down the bottom right down here. But we're basically the bottom left. You can see Alpha Centauri is up here. We're just heading down this way through this particular system. And we're heading to this particular system here. So when you do spawn in, it's just off to the right here. There's a couple of different biodomes in this area. This particular one, I think, is mountains. Let's have a look quickly. No, tropical forest, sorry. So we've got tropical forest and we have mountains. So they're predominantly the most, as you can see on this particular planet, it's just mountains, tropical forest, a little bit of rocky desert. But this is the favorite part for me. I love this kind of look. It's tropical kind of look. There's these big mountains in the distance as well. So I have been up a couple of them. You can actually place outposts on top of them. And I'll just show you that you can actually place outposts on this particular planet. There you go. So no issues there. And yeah, so I just love the color in here. The level of this planet area is 20, so it's not too bad. Everybody should be able to handle this one. Set up, obviously, turrets if you're going to put an outpost here, but there's plenty of open area as well. And we've got this kind of, next to this, I guess, area, there's these open kind of deserty kind of looking areas. I'll show you what that looks like down here. Just lots of color in this particular area, and nice flat open areas too. So if you're looking for a base that's got nice open areas, you know, you're only going to get like one resource here. If you hunt around, you should be able to get multiple. We're near the ocean here, so it's probably one of the better beach areas as well. A lot of the beaches can be quite, I guess, non-colored, but this one's got this really nice orangey kind of color going on. Alright. And we'll just run over here. So there is some ocean you can set up in these areas as well if you want to. If you want the ocean view. Probably the one thing I think that they could do better in these games is these ocean view areas, but there is nice sandy areas, so you can set up your beach resort outpost here if you want. And yeah, I'll have a look at a couple of the other biodome areas on this map just so I can show you. This is just one of my favorite areas, and we'll go to the next one on this planet now and I'll show you. Okay, this is the mountainous area. As you can see, there's a little bit of green here, nice big mountains, but it isn't as colorful as the tropical area, I don't think. A little bit of fog around, so it's a bit hard to show you, but there are, you know, definitely lots of mountains if you're wanting to put up outposts in this area. Resources wise, obviously going to be being mountains, going to get iron and a few other things, but yeah, this is the other part of this planet. As I said, the tropical part is my favorite area. Definitely where I'd be setting up my outpost when I'm considering a main base, which is what I'm looking to do on probably one of my next videos. And I'm going to connect all my outposts to that main, and hopefully, yeah, get all those resources coming into one area. So we're going to do that and show you how to do interstellar transportation, I guess you could say. All right, we'll head off to the last planet now, and I'll show you what that one looks like. There's some buildings in the distance there, so structures and things. So the level of this planet is a level 20, and so pretty good. And we'll head off to the next solar system now, and I'll show you our last planet to look at. All right, we're at the last location for our most beautiful planets. Mind you, all these planets are just for their beauty, I guess you could say. Plants and trees, grasslands, things like that. As you can see, there's a lot of purple on this particular planet, or this particular area of the planet. We are on the Muphrid. I don't know how you pronounce that, but we're in this system here. I'll show you where it's level 15, and just above, well, just to the right of Cheyenne. Most people know where that one is, so off to the right here. Yeah, Heisenberg's off to the right there. So Cheyenne's off to the left, I should say. And when you get into this system, you can see there are quite a few planets that you can land on, and moons. We want to land on this one here. So there's a few things going on this particular planet. You can see there's a science outpost, yep, and plenty of things happening, lots of ships landing nearby and things like that. Where did we land? We landed in a mountain area. So yep, we're in the hills kind of area. This area down in here, there's some swamp and some forest. I'm not really a fan of on this particular planet, but I do like this area that we're in at the moment. So it's lots of color, lots of light, open areas and mountains. So, and these like a reddy kind of hills. So it is a nice area if you are looking for somewhere that is a little bit more colorful. And you can see, you know, plenty of resources just in this area alone. I'll show you the resources again for the planet. So this is a good thing about this one too. Fauna is 7 and flora 3. So you're getting all these resources, lithium, alkalines, etc. You can see they're quite good. Things that you would need on a planet. So if you get some of them in your outpost, definitely a good place to start. So yeah, a bit of wildlife around. Guys, I hope this was helpful in some way. There obviously are so many more planets out there. Let me know what your favorite planets are. Okay, we've got some bit of action here. Yeah, in the comments below, please put in the comments what your favorite planets are. I'd love to check them out. There's obviously so many. I haven't been to all of them. These are just the favorites that I've been to. And again, like I said, this took a while to put together. So if you did like it, please hit that like button. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks again.